Set up a very basic snare trap. I made them as a kid, and I'm gonna do it now. It's quick and down and dirty. So here's my game trail. Goes right underneath this log. And what I'm gonna do is use this sapling right here. It's got some good flexibility to it. So what you want to do is get this thing to the point where you know you've got enough kinetic energy to launch this animal, right? So right about there. The only thing you need to make this trap is some string and a knife. In that backpack that Matt and I found, we've got some of that surveyor string. All I'm gonna do is make a slip knot, and that'll actually be where the animal's body or head goes through. The next thing I need to do is make a very simple trigger by cutting out a notch in a stick, and it's just gonna hold basically just like a little loop. Okay. It bumps this thing. A minute. Bingo. Home run derby. I got a possum. Now we can eat. So we have got to find a way to replenish calories in water. There's only 4 components to this crossbow. You've got the body itself, you've got the limb. Oh yeah. See how that's bending? You've got the string and you've got the trigger. This is the piece that you have to be really technical with. You can get away with being a little bit wrong with the limb or the body of this thing, but when it comes to the trigger, it's got to be dead on. All right, and it sits just like so. Okay, so the string's going to come back, it's going to loop over this, and when I squeeze it, it's going to release it. Oh yeah, that'll definitely take a small animal. My bow's done. The only thing I need to do right now is make some arrows, and I'll be good to go.
In the lowland jungle of Vietnam, Joe attempts to harvest a porcupine with a traditional crossbow made of bamboo.
I actually shot too high. That is very disheartening. This might be the only chance to get meat from Matt and I. I freaking drill it. The trick is to split this all the way down to about right here. The idea is to split the bamboo, put a twig in between it, hang the bait off of it. As the animal takes the bait, the bamboo will slap shut and snap its neck. The 2 pieces come together, we'll definitely catch it. I need a trigger in here, which I can make with another piece of bamboo. But what I need is a piece of string. What I am going to use, and I can have on my shoes at all time, is 550 cord on my boots. These right here, I replaced this with military grade 550 cord, and inside of it there are 7 filaments. Each one holds 50 pounds, plus the casing which holds 200 pounds. 50 times 7, 350 plus 200, 550 cord.
Paracord, or 550 cord, was first used by the U.S. military during World War II in the suspension lines of parachutes.
There's the filaments inside the 550 cord. I'm gonna gut my shoelaces, and I'm gonna use that to make the string for the trap.
Once on the ground, paratroopers found it useful in almost any situation where light cordage was needed, such as attaching equipment to harnesses and vehicle racks.
And there you have it. If you look, you will see 7 separate filaments. Each one holds 50 pounds. You could set out 20 traps and not catch anything, or you could set out 1 and get something. But I can tell by looking at this trail, this animal has been by here recently, and I would say within the last 6 to 8 hours. This is the trigger. I'm going to use an end-of-line bowline to attach a wild grape that I found as bait. You could definitely smell this. It's extremely pungent. It's very juicy. Anything in this area, it'll smell it for sure. Bamboo is extremely strong. When you separate it, it goes right back to the way it was with a lot of force. Right there. Don't even sneeze. Trap set is good to go. I've got to get back. The sun's going down. Cody's waiting for me, and we got to shelter the
back of these just to make sure they hold down.
All right.
What happened?
V-trap has snared an agouti, a type of rodent found in South and Central America and the West Indies. Agoutis are valued for their meat and considered a luxury food in Nicaragua.
That trap, no doubt, broke its neck. It was already dead when I came up. I gave it a good... I know there's a warthog in that hole. These animals stay in their den all night. And hopefully, when one of these warthogs come out to forage for food in the morning, we'll snag one. I'm thinking about doing is just taking one of the strands, and that way I can actually make a bite in it, so when it gets snared, it'll tighten. Namibia really plays havoc on your body. You're gonna run out of steam very quickly. So you have got to replenish the energy in your body if you're gonna do any kind of physical activity here. If we don't snare one of these warthogs, that is a huge opportunity for a lot of meat down the toilet. So what I've done is I've basically made 2 slip knots on each end. One's gonna be the actual snare, and the other one I'm gonna put around pretty big stick that I'm gonna bury in the ground as the anchor and put some rocks on top of it, because the last thing I need is for that thing to get loose. Oh yeah, perfect. This has got to be bomb-proof. It cannot come out. If we snare one of these things, this has got to stay anchored. That ain't going anywhere. All I'm gonna do right now is get a couple little sticks to hold this snare open. I think what I'm gonna do too is put some foliage on the outside of this thing. That way if he comes out, he can't go left or right. He's gotta come out this way. It's just increasing my odds of snagging him. There is. Yeah, no kidding.
In the scorching heat of Namibia, Joe and Matt hear the calls of a warthog.
Grab the spear.
Caught in the snare trap that Joe set up the night before.
I've got him on there. Matt grabs his spear, we take off running, and there is a warthog caught head first, just like I thought we'd get him. Matt, get in front of him. I'm gonna maneuver on this animal, grab its back legs, and Matt is either gonna cut its throat or spear it. Hold on. Got his legs? Go! One more cut, just to make sure. Kill that thing.
Jungle. Special Ops veteran Joe Teti rigs a linear ambush, then lays in wait for an incoming target and potential meal.
This is where you've got to have your head together. The psychological aspect of doing something like this is huge. This isn't like shooting an animal 200 yards away with a deer rifle. This thing is going to be up close and personal and very ugly. I see him. As I'm laying here, I see this boar coming straight down the side of this cliff, heading directly towards my snare. If this boar steps in that snare, it's game time.
Of New Zealand, the chances for rescue are rare. So with only one bullet, Joe takes a chance on securing a long-term food resource.
It's down. Oh, that was a good shot. There he is right there. Wow. That's a bust your ass shot right there. Right through the shoulder blade, heart shot.